that it might be something I will do. Hey, this is Mary from Always Learning. Let's talk. Anyway, I don't know when it happened, but I feel like I will retire at some point. I don't understand how you go through all these phases of life, and this particular moment in my life happens to coincide with a lot of really strange and terrible and weird. There's all sorts of categories of things that are going on in the world. One thing that I do is I tend to ruminate. And the smallest thing can make me sad if I stop for a minute and think about it. For example, I have, I think, 3 years before I'm eligible really to retire. I really love teaching. Students recently, as in very recently, like as in the past 2 terms, have been really good, especially the ones that I have right now. They're respectful, they're paying attention. There is also a new law in my state where in the high school, where I teach part of the week in a high school type environment, where they're getting their associate's degree. Then I also teach at the college, which is my actual job. In the high school, they're not allowed to have their phones anymore. And I'm like, oh, that explains some stuff. Because they're actually taking notes now. They're actually paying attention. They're actually asking questions. I'm so flummoxed. I don't know what to do. But it's more like when I started. I've been teaching there in one form or another since 1999. I was just a baby when I started teaching there. I was part-time until 2001, and I've been full-time since 2001. So I've had my office, it was probably around 2000, I don't even know what year it was, but it was several years ago. I've had this office for quite a long time now. It's full of books, it's full of memories, it's full of papers and things that I know I should toss, but I've got a little refrigerator in there. It's like my own little space. That the whole lockdown thing messed up the feeling I had for my office, because I had to start working at home at that point in time for a while. But now that I'm back and have been back, it's like I look around that office and I'm like, someday I'm gonna have to give up this office. This has been such a big part of my life. I think people at work at one job and really enjoy it. I mean, I do. There's things I don't enjoy, some of the paperwork and stuff, and the fact that we have 8-week classes now instead of 16-week classes. Okay, I'm not a fan. But you know what? A lot of my heart will always be there, and I've dedicated so much of my life to that place. I love that place. Not just the office, the college itself. I love it. I think it's a great place. It makes me sad. I understand we get older, we slow down, we have different things that come up, and at some point we're going to have to stop, or maybe at some point we won't have the choice. But it makes me sad. I know there's books that talk about the different stages of life, midlife, and then as you're getting older and the things that we go through. I know that a lot of the way I feel is very normal. There's a lot of people, though, that love to retire early and go and do whatever it is that they have the money to do or the plans to do. But I think I'm one of those people that, besides my son, who will be 18 in October, right now in just a little while, just like my son, I think my identity is really caught up in my job, my child and my job. And when he's at some point leaves to go to college or to go whatever he's going to do at some point with his life, where he's going to end up, who he's going to end up with, I'm scared of that day. I'm scared of the day where I don't go to work anymore and have a purpose. Does anybody identify with that? That's just me and my off the cuff thoughts, because it hit me. I had sort of a thought that came to me. I was still in bed this morning. I thought of something that reminded me so much of my mom. The things that you'll never be able to see them again, never be able to talk to them again, at least in this world. And I miss my parents. I miss the grandparents. I miss everybody that's gone before us. But I also sometimes grieve for the friendships that have faded away over maybe the decades. People that you knew and thought you'd always be close to, and then everybody just spreads out all over the place. And that happens with family. Like I always say, I got family everywhere possible, probably. I'm thankful for all the time that I've had so far, and I'm happy that I'm still able to teach the way I used to, for the most part, especially now that the cell phones are not popping out in the class that whole time. That's helpful. It's just something that I struggle with, is letting go of not just things, but holding on so tightly to the past. I don't know why that is. Why are some people prone to that and some people are completely the opposite, and they're just fine moving on with whatever phase of life they're in, or that kind of thing? I don't know. I have no answers most of the time. I just have questions. Drop me some wisdom in the comments. Hey, I love you guys. And I hope you're all having a great day whenever it is that you watch this. See you later.